Hi guys, I'm Kiri. Welcome to another episode of KIRI'S Garage. Today, the car is a 1970 Citroen SM. This is one of the most beautiful cars in the world, and there is no doubt about that. When it was presented for the first time in 1970 Geneva Motor Show, just shocked the world. There was no any other car like this. It was like a spaceship, especially when laying down to the floor thanks to the hydraulic suspension. The design was so ahead of its time, but not only the shape was so modern. Oh, the car was very advanced. We're gonna come into this later, but now let's see how this car was developed and why it's appeared on the road. If you open a European map, you will see France and Italy are neighbors. They share a border, and there is a huge history between these two countries. In the automotive world is history as well, massive history. But one of the most significant moments was in 1968 when the French Citroen purchased the great Italian Maserati. Everyone knows Maserati is one of the most prestigious car manufacturers in the world. Lots of sports, history, heritage and dream car for many people around the world. But 1960s Maserati was in trouble, and Citroen see the opportunity for them. Citroen wanted to make them cars a bit sporty, more powerful and to go into different segment. So Maserati came in the right time. And in the 1970, the result was the Citroen SM. A truly grand tourer, comfortable for 4 people with absolutely luxury interior, even more luxury than Mercedes and Rolls-Royce on that time. With crazy UFO disc-shaped design which shocked many people in 1970. So 54 years ago. With sophisticated Citroen hydraulic suspension and on the end high-performance engine technology from Maserati. Why they choose the name SM still is not very clear, but probably is coming from Project S, the first letter S because Citroen established in 1961 the Project S for sports vehicles, and then M stands for Maserati. The car was designed in-house by the Citroen then chief designer Robert Opron. The lines are very much Citroen from that time, and this was probably the best aerodynamically efficient car, with extremely low drag coefficient, just 0.26. Some people argued about this number, but was very slim. Front bonnet is made from aluminium, and all the shiny elements outside are made of stainless steel, not usually a chrome like most of the other luxury cars. So outside was like a jewel, piece of art. Interior-wise as well, top quality materials with amazing design, very beautifully made, and the colors of the leather inside is just high level and very fresh. A total of 12,920 Citroen SM cars were made between 1970 and 1975. The car was exported to the North American market as well, but only for 2 years, 1972 and 1973. Was very successful this market, almost 50% of the production was going there. Maybe the most well-known American Citroen SM is the one Jay Leno owns, even the car is placed on the very first line in his incredible stable. The cars were leaving the French factory only in left-hand drive configuration, but for the UK and Australian market they were converted into right-hand drive from the official dealers. And only in the original style, 2-door fastback fixed-head coupe. This was the longest served presidential car in France, 37 years, which means France was very proud of this car. But then, in 1974, Citroën went in trouble, and Peugeot took over the company, and to save Citroën, they decided to stop the production of the expensive Citroen SM. Also, the other factor was the 1973 world oil crisis, which affected the powerful cars. Just to prove that, there is a data with the production numbers by years. So in 1971 Citroën made and sold 4,988 cars, then 1972 4,036 cars, 1973 2,619 cars, and the final 2 years 1974 they made just 294 cars, and 1975 just 115 cars. This 1973 world oil crisis make economic recession which affects all the people, even the more wealthy, so they didn't want to drive a car which drinking a lot of fuel. But the other factor why the car was not exported to the US market after 1974 was because of the new design regulations in US. And the Citroen SM with this very sharp edge front end was banned from the American market as not safe car. Also, there were many mechanical issues with the car, was very complicated with this hydraulic system which operates not only the suspension but the brakes, the steering system, so wasn't easy for not experienced mechanics to repair the car. Also, the V6 90 degrees engine had issues with the Weber carburetors and the timing chain. Maybe it's not right to say issues, but needed regular maintenance and attention. So on the end, we have to say that maybe Citroen SM wasn't enough reliable car. That's why you probably never see this car on the road after some 40-70,000 miles or 60-100,000 kilometers. But anyway, was car that moved the car industry up. And after that, the model was used as a base for the very successful 1974 Citroen CX, which again was very distinctive car, but not that expensive. Citroen SM was, if we have to describe the car today, like a Jacob & Co. mechanical watch. Very high-end and hard to understand, but everyone wants. And the factory of this incredible car was not somewhere, but in Paris, so very fashionable and magnificent place. We have to say something about the performance, because of the aerodynamic shape and high-performance V6 2.7-liter Maserati engine with 174 horsepower, the car have very high maximum speed, 220 km per hour or 137 miles per hour, and acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 96 km per hour, just 8.5 seconds. Now, to make the things clear, we have to compare the car with the rivals. Mercedes-Benz 450 SLC, the biggest 450 SLC with 190 horsepower, so the maximum speed was 202 km per hour for the Mercedes or 126 miles per hour, acceleration 9.5 seconds. Jaguar E-Type, the V12 E-Type, 250 horsepower, 217 km per hour, so less, 135 miles per hour and acceleration 6.8 seconds. Alfa Romeo Monreal, 230 horsepower with the V8 engine, 224 km per hour, 139 miles per hour, acceleration 7.5 seconds. And the last Jensen Interceptor, 254 horsepower with the big American engine, 254 horsepower, maximum speed 217 km per hour, which is 135 miles per hour, acceleration 7.5 seconds. We have idea now how good and fast this car Citroen SM was. Even someone did independent test and the car achieved 235 km per hour or 146 miles per hour maximum speed. Citroen SM is very stable on the road thanks to the well-balanced weight. The total weight of the car is 1450 kilograms, but the engine was mounted longitudinally and behind the front axle, which makes the car very balanced. Also, the same Maserati engine was all aluminum and very light for V6 2.7 liter, just 140 kilograms. Two types of gearboxes were available, manual 5-speed and 3-speed automatic, but most of the cars were with the 5-speed manual gearbox. The automatic one was not that fast and the performance of the car wasn't that good. Later on, the engine capacity was increased from 2.7 to 3 liters. And some of them even with Bosch electronic fuel injection, but the power was almost the same like the original 3 Weber 42 carbureted 2.7 liter engines. So the carbureted versions were with 3 carburetors Weber 42 on top of the V-shape engine and every carburetor feeding 2 cylinders. We're gonna mention here wasn't easy for the regular mechanics to work on these sports engines. The same engine was fitted as well to the very successful Maserati model Merak from 1972 to 1982. And not only that, Maserati installed the same engine to another very well-known Maserati car, from which they sold over 40,000 cars, the Maserati Biturbo, where they added 2 turbos. but decreased the capacity of the engine to 2 liters because of the Italian and most European tax regulations. And the power was very similar, approximately 180 horsepower. When I was a kid, I remember my parents bought for me a metallic blue Citroen SM in scale approximately 1:55 from Matchbox. At price I still remember $1. And this small model makes me to know first about the incredible Citroen SM. And I still have this model today. Citroen SM is a GT car for long ride, very comfortable inside with all the options, enough space for passengers and luggage, soft suspension, not noise from the road, very fast, and it's built for queens and kings to enjoy the holiday. The SM placed third in the 1971 European Car of the Year, very prestigious competition, and usually small, cheap, economical cars winning this race, but this car to take the third place was unbelievable. Was the fastest car in the world with front-wheel drive configuration. Very fascinating car, very innovative, and the technology was absolutely high, so it was based for the other car manufacturers to follow, to study, and to copy if you want. One of the examples is the car hasn't got a brake pedal. Instead, it's a button on the floor, so you need to press the button between the clutch and the gas to stop the car. Absolutely UFO from 54 years ago. So guys, I hope you liked the video about this crazy 1970 Citroen SM. If you like, please subscribe my channel and see you next time guys. Bye!